Ever thought how one of the biggest transfers in Brazilian football history could happen almost in silence? That is exactly what just happened. Chelsea managed to sign the brightest Brazilian star since Neymar, and hardly anyone paid attention. This is not just another signing that fills a squad list. It is a move that could tilt the future of European football. Why did nobody notice it? And what makes this teenager so special that Brazil is already calling him their next great hope? Todd Boehly has turned Chelsea's transfer moves into something that shocks fans and confuses rivals. Financial fair play rules were meant to stop clubs from overspending, yet Chelsea seemed to walk around those rules with ease. Over 50 players and nearly €2 billion later, they continue without serious punishment. Does that surprise you? Or have you come to expect this from Chelsea? While giants like Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain kept their focus on the Brazilian market, Chelsea slipped in without much noise. In the end, they were the ones to grab the boy many now call the next Neymar. The hype in Brazil has been like nothing seen since Neymar's teenage rise. Fans could not stop talking about Stêvão, even when discussing Endrick, another superstar prospect. Many supporters even argued that Stêvão looked a step above. Imagine being so good that at just a few years old, people were calling you Tiny Messi. Crowds filled youth games just to watch him, ignoring their own children on the pitch. Scouts even posed as parents to sneak inside. Can you believe that level of attention for a child still in primary school? His effortless control and dazzling dribbles turned youth matches into spectacles. But his path was far from easy. Cruzeiro, his early academy, nearly destroyed his career before it even began. Poor management, illegal contracts, and unpaid debts led to messy court battles that even put his father at risk of legal trouble. Think about that for a second. A young boy with world-class potential, almost derailed by adults making reckless decisions. Still, his father never backed down. He kept training him and fighting for a safer environment. That chance arrived when Palmeiras took him in. There, Stêvão signed a proper contract and gained support. Around the same time, Nike stepped forward and gave him a deal. At only 10 years old, he became their youngest ever Brazilian signing. Can you imagine the pressure and pride in carrying that weight at such a young age? From there, history flipped in his favor. At Palmeiras, Stêvão began breaking the same records Neymar had once set. Under 15, under 17, under 20, it did not matter. He outshone players years older than him. He scored hat tricks, smashed free kicks, and stacked assists with ease. What would you think if you saw a teenager perform like a seasoned professional every single week? The media could not ignore it. Alongside Endrick and Luis Guilherme, this golden crop earned the name billion-dollar generation. Fans believed these kids would one day define Brazilian football. Soon, Stêvão was not just a youth star. By 16, he was stepping onto pitches in Brazil's top league and even the Copa Libertadores. His goals and assists grabbed headlines, but so did his maturity. Some matches even saw him overshadow Endrick, the boy everyone thought would be the star. Manager Abel Ferreira praised him openly, saying the ball looked glued to his feet. That is not something you hear about just anyone. What does it say when even experienced coaches cannot stop praising a kid that young? Everyone assumed Real Madrid or Barcelona would strike first, but Chelsea made the decisive play. Paris Saint-Germain had moved to safer signings, Bayern Munich and Liverpool were never going to splash out, and Barcelona simply could not afford it. Chelsea had the key advantage. They paid a large sum up front and agreed to let him stay in Brazil one more year. Newspapers reported different figures, some as low as £27 million, but his agent confirmed the truth. The deal was worth €61.5 million, even larger than Neymar's first big transfer. Do you think that fee is crazy for a teenager, or fair for someone who could dominate world football? Before he left, Stêvão stamped his name into history. He became the youngest ever winner of Brazil's Golden Ball Award. He was voted Best Player, Best Newcomer, and Best Forward all in the same season. Tell me, have you ever heard of a teenager sweeping all those awards at once? Then, at the Club World Cup, he scored a stunning goal as if sending a message straight to England. It felt like he was saying, "I am coming and you better be ready." So now the stage is set. Chelsea may have just signed the next Neymar, and soon the Premier League will find out if that is true. What do you think? Will Stêvão live up to the hype or even surpass it? Share your thoughts below, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel Enigma Path for more stories like this.